Here's what's coming up on Network Africa. Volunteers in the Libyan city of Derna stay united to help victims of flood-hit areas. Authorities in Morocco to help rebuild 50,000 quake-damaged homes. And Sudan's RSF leader threatens to form own government with the capital in Khartoum. Hello everyone, welcome to the program. I'm Joke Rogers here in Lagos. Volunteers in the Libyan city of Derna are staying united and helping out victims of flood-hit areas, while thousands of bodies are washing up on the coastline of nearby towns. The Red Crescent is racing to retrieve as many as they can. So far, over 11,000 people have been killed in the massive flooding and about 10,000 still missing. Here's more in this report.
Volunteers in the Libyan city of Derna are coming together to help those affected by the floods. Some of the volunteers and medics are also retrieving bodies off the coast of the flood-hit city, where a torrent washed away whole district after 2 dams collapsed under the storm floods. A bakery in the eastern city of Derna distributes some bread for free to flood-hit residents in an initiative to help with the catastrophe in the country's worst natural disaster in modern history. Meanwhile, Libya's ambassador to the United Nations, Taha El Soni, is warning of a magnitude of death after the massive flooding.
The numbers are changing as we speak. The numbers are thousands. So far as we got confirmed bodies reached 6,000. But the missing, because the area that was hit had a population of 30,000 in terms of that area where it's direct hit. The whole city could be more than 100,000, 100 plus citizens, there. But the direct hit came to an area where it's around 30,000. And as we speak now, many of those are either being in a rescue effort or missing because they were hit badly when that happened. So I cannot really confirm the final numbers, but it's really a high level of magnitude, and I'm afraid we will hear really large numbers, maybe even more than what has been confirmed so far.
In the meantime, the World Health Organization is releasing $2 million from its emergency fund to support the victims.
WHO is releasing $2 million from our emergency contingency fund to support our response. We're deploying contingency supplies that were already in the country, and 28 metric tons of trauma, surgical, and emergency supplies are due to arrive tomorrow from our logistics hub in Dubai. WHO has also activated its network of emergency medical teams. 8 countries and organizations have offered their assistance, and a team from France has already deployed its field hospital in the affected area.
Rescue teams have arrived from Egypt, Tunisia, United Arab Emirates, Turkey, and Qatar. Among countries sending aid, Turkey sent a ship carrying equipment to set up 2 field hospitals as Turkish medical teams continue search and rescue operations. Italy, on the other hand, sent another naval ship, a team of firefighters and civil protection officials, as part of international aid efforts in response to the deadly floods. Similarly, 2 planes of the German Air Force took off from a military airport in northern Germany with relief materials to support flood victims. The Libyan Red Crescent has reported over 11,000 deaths from the disaster, and it's estimated that over 10,000 people remain missing. However, the mayor of Derna, Abdulminan Al-Gaiti, said the deaths in the city could reach 18,000 to 20,000 based on the extent of the damage.
In the meantime, relief efforts are ongoing in Morocco after a 6.8 magnitude quake, with authorities in the North African countries announcing plans to rebuild homes damaged by the deadly tremors that killed nearly 3,000 people. According to the authorities, families living in about 50,000 homes damaged in last week's quake would be beneficiaries of a funded rebuilding project. Although it's not clear the number of people left homeless, Moroccan authorities say they will provide more than $13,000 for the reconstruction of homes which have been completely damaged and $8,000 for those with partial damage. Residents will be given temporary shelters equipped to withstand cold weather, and each household will receive a grant of $3,000. Well, there's little hope of finding more survivors under the rubble in the quake-hit areas. International search and rescue teams dispatched in the village of Tikrit in Morocco say they've had no success finding survivors, but would continue to press on.
The team have recently, as you're all aware, off the back of Turkey. Turkey was a very different situation. City, high-rise buildings. As you can see behind me, lots of these buildings are built, out of mud and stone, whatever. Hundreds of years ago, parts of them, I would imagine, very difficult environment to search in, and certainly to find survivors in. We haven't had the success of actually rescuing any people. We have done some first aid and some medical evacuations from some of the other villages, so that's really played our part. Moving forward, we're going to continue as long as the Moroccan people want us here.
The success that we was hoping for, in Morocco hasn't come. What we have been able to do is clear areas, of live casualties so that the Moroccans can understand what's happened to their families. What we have noted is the Moroccans have been so welcoming. I mean, we've just had a chat. They're so overwhelmed that we're here to help. Unfortunately, we haven't had the success that we have, but we just hope and pray, that we can continue to find survivors.
These people from Spain and the UK, they came here and they just try to find someone else, and they search by camera and by microphone and many stuff, and I really want to say thank you so much. I appreciate them this, so thank you so much.
We're now in Sudan, where the leader of the Rapid Support Forces, General Mohamed Dagalo, is threatening to form his own government with Khartoum as its capital if the army sets up an administration in the eastern city of Port Sudan. The RSF leader's threat followed state media reports that the military-led government plans to build a presidential palace and the headquarters of its foreign ministry in Port Sudan in the Red Sea state. According to a post on social media, General Dagalo says the RSF had shown great patience regarding Sudan's Army Chief General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan's individual decisions despite his illegitimacy. He adds that he will not allow anyone to speak on behalf of Sudan and keeps claiming a false legitimacy. The city has been serving as the government's operating base since a deadly conflict broke out between the regular army and the RSF in Khartoum in mid-April. Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema has visited East China's Jiangxi province as he continues his 7-day state visit to the country, attending a series of conferences while helping to finalize agreements at both state and provincial levels. Mr. Hichilema toured the Jiangshan Revolutionary Museum in Jiangxi's Jiang city to learn about China's history and bilateral ties with Zambia. He reflected on how understanding the past can guide future cooperation between the two countries.
Current leaders, President Xi Jinping, thank you for the work he's doing, walking this path, and ourselves from the Zambian side. That's really the story. That's how things work. We must work as a member of a global team, and we must know what we can get and support each other from and support each other.
We in Zambia have actually opened up for private sector to be in the driving seat. We want Chinese nationals to partner with local Zambian nationals get into business, could be in infrastructure, manufacturing, agriculture, tourism, energy, all those things that are available.
Nigeria's Consulate General in South Africa, Andrew Idi, has praised the work being done by the Nigerian Citizens Association in South Africa, NICASA. NICASA is the apex body representing Nigerians, apex organization which represents Nigerians living in South Africa and Southern Africa. However, the organization has been facing challenges, including navigating South Africa's immigration laws and regulations, including visa and work permit requirements, which can be complex and challenging for the Nigerian community.
It is an organization that has grassroots supports, has structures, reach out to all Nigerians in the country. South Africa has 9 provinces, and you have Nigerians all over these provinces. I am based in Johannesburg. The High Commissioner is based in Pretoria. Cape Town is over 19 hours by road traveling. So you can imagine if this is a situation in Cape Town involving our nationals, 19 hours, it's a long distance. Going by air, about 2 hours. But because of the structures provided by the Nigerian community in South Africa, NICASA, we have access, we have links with our nationals every day, every hour, every time. As events develop, as situations change, they inform us, and then we relate with the host government and see how fast assistance or whatever it is can be rendered. So NICASA as a body was formed 2018. And my personal assessment of NICASA is they've done well. It's not easy. They've done well. I'm sure you will agree with me that Nigeria is a huge country. The largest black country in the world. A country with a population that the world agrees or accepts is over 220 million people. So many ethnic groups. Our strength is in our diversity. So what you see in NICASA, you actually see Nigeria there. So the EXCO have a huge job to do to manage and handle the diversity in the best way that all their members will be happy to be members of the organization. And that is a role. That is what the Consulate and the High Commission struggles every day to ensure happens. Nigerians should live in harmony, not just with themselves, but also with our hosts, the South African community. And NICASA is an arrowhead for achieving those objectives.
That's Nigeria. Thank you.
And coming up after the break, Bashir creates camp tasks young secondary school girls to solve complex issues using artificial intelligence. Details in a moment. Please stay with us. Welcome back. We move on to sanctions in Mali and last month's veto by Russia of efforts by the United Nations to extend the ban in the West African country. Explaining the reason behind the move, Russia's permanent representative to the UN, Vasily Nabenzia, told the General Assembly that it consistently advocates against preserving endless automatic extensions of sanctions regimes of the Security Council. However, the president of the United Nations General Assembly, Dennis Francis, is urging members of the Security Council to recommit to dialogue towards a peaceful resolution in Mali.
The Security Council bears the primary responsibility for maintaining international peace and security. I urge its members to recommit to dialogue and negotiations, to continue to work towards these goals, towards peace and reconciliation in Mali. Here in the General Assembly, the veto initiative offers the opportunity to to be solutions-oriented in this time of crisis.
Instead of working for a compromise, Russia tabled a take-it-or-leave-it last-minute resolution of its own, which would have dissolved the panel of experts. The Russian text received no support, literally not a single other vote. That summarizes better than anything else the legitimacy of Russia's arguments. These latest actions by Russia set a dangerous precedent, as the first time a UN sanctions regime has been ended with the veto. There is no justifiable explanation for this, and today Russia failed to provide one.
It is neither support for Mali nor concern for West African stability that informed Russia's veto of the Mali sanctions renewal, but its continuing efforts to prop up the Kremlin-backed Wagner Group and its mercenaries across Africa. The Mali sanctions panel of experts named the Kremlin-backed Wagner Group in its August 2023 final report. It is no surprise Russia wanted to block further reporting on Wagner, which is a transnational criminal organization backed by Moscow.
Meanwhile, Mali's Independence Day celebration has been cancelled by the country's ruling junta, Assimi Goïta, due to the resumption of hostilities in the north. According to a statement, the Council of Ministers said the anniversary, which come up next week, would be celebrated in sobriety and in the spirit of national revival. The junta ordered the government to allocate the funds planned for this year's festivities to help victims of recent deadly attacks. The council also discussed the possible mobilization of reservists to counter the militant attacks. Insecurity is rising in northern and central regions despite the deployment of Russia's Wagner Group mercenaries. After a 2-week artificial intelligence empowerment camp tagged Solve with AI, young secondary school girls between the ages of 13 and 17 have been encouraged to embrace technology and the opportunities it offers. The She Creates camp tasked the girls to solve complex issues using artificial intelligence, and one of the projects built by them is an automated water dispenser machine that operates with human sensors.
According to a report by the World Bank, women make up less than a third of the world's workforce in technology-related fields. And 2023 statistics from Women in Tech Network show that at the current pace of change, it will take about 132 years until the economic gender gap is closed. This disparity in the numbers of women in STEM is part of the reason why the Women Technology Empowerment Center, WTech, is empowering young secondary school girls with STEM skills. During an artificial intelligence empowerment camp with the theme Solve with AI, the girls were challenged to solve complex issues using artificial intelligence. They built an automated waste bin and an automated water dispenser that operates with just human sensors.
This is the automatic bin. It's a bin that opens automatically. When you put your hand near the sensor, this is the sensor. So once you put your hand near the sensor, it just opens automatically and it closes by itself. So this is the servo motor, which allows the bin to open and close when you put your hand near the ultrasonic sensor. So inside the bin, there is an Arduino Uno, which is the board that connects all these components together, and it is done by coding. We use an app called Picture Blocks to write the code for everything so it can work. So when you put your hand near the ultrasonic sensor, the thing just opens by itself. Thank you.
This project pumps water without us needing to make any physical contact with any of it. So the components used in making our project are the pump, which is placed at the bottom of the container. The pipe, it's attached to the pump and it pumps water when the machine is on. This is the infrared sensor, also known as the IR sensor. It senses the movement of our hand and it sends a signal to the pump in order for it to pump water out of it. The pipe is connected to the pump and it pumps water from the bottom of the container. So when we connect, the point of this project is to stop the wastage of water and also stop spreading of germs.
The organizers say the She Creates camp is aimed at encouraging more females to take a STEAM career path.
All our programs are targeted at inspiring girls and women as well to use technology. So we're trying to build their skills and their knowledge and awareness about science, technology, engineering, and maths. So this camp is one of the ways that we do it. It's a 2-week residential program where we bring a group of girls together and we educate them about those different subjects. We also focus on arts as well. So it used to be tech, expanded to STEM, and now it's STEAM. So we have the arts as well, exactly. So the whole purpose of this camp is to, number one, create awareness about the gender gap in the STEAM fields, especially the STEM fields, and then also to help build their skills as well. So we do this through hands-on sessions where they're learning different things. So this year, our theme is Solve with AI. So AI is one of those technologies that is emerging. It's been around for many years, but really over the last few years, it's really come to prominence. And it's very important to have girls and women operating in this space as well. So they're also contributing towards helping to develop artificial intelligence that we are all using. And so we introduced that through the sessions. They also learned about robotics. We also had career talks as well.
We've trained the girls about how to build machines that use AI, not just mechanical working machines, but machines that use AI to teach them how to adopt AI into many of the activities and solutions they want to build for their needs in their society. And not only that, we also taught them how to build apps, how to build crafts, as you can see. So the camp is something designed to spark the talents in the girls. And I can tell you that within the 2 weeks, many of the girls have discovered talents they didn't even know they have.
The 2-week intensive summer camp introduced the girls to the rudiments of AI with the hope of arousing their interest in technology.
And finally on the program, after 1 year of foreign service in Nigeria, the public affairs officer of the U.S. consulate is leaving the country. To bid him farewell, the International Visitor Leadership Program Alumni Association of the United States Consulate held a farewell ceremony in his honor. This was held alongside the graduation ceremony of participants of the Empower to Prosper Skill Acquisition Program.
It's a farewell gathering in honor of the Public Affairs Officer of the United States Consulate in Nigeria, Joseph Kruzich. Here, at a ceremony organized by the International Visitors Leadership Program, Alumni Association of the United States Consulate, they gather to graduate also 100 participants of the Empower to Prosper Skills Acquisition Program.
In the IVLP family, leadership for us is by the quality of service that is provided and the quality of impact that is made in the lives of people. The IVLP family is such that we don't just stand back and complain and murmur and point accusing fingers, but we look around for any need, any challenge that is to be met, and we always do our best, to make positive impacts and meet those challenges, not just in Lagos, but across the southern region. And we've been doing that year in, year out with the help and the support of the United States Consulate.
In the world of exchange programs that we have in the U.S. government and also here in the U.S. Consulate in Lagos, the International Visitor Leadership Program is regarded as our gold standard, our very, very best program in terms of achieving for the United States and our foreign policy what we want to achieve, which is to create mutual understanding between our own country, the United States, and other countries, in this case, Nigeria.
This is amazing. Keep going, baby.
After display of the projects embarked upon by the participants and awarding of certificates,
Congratulations.
things get sentimental as the IVLP Alumni Association bid Mr. Kruzich goodbye. They first serenade him with his favorite songs.
Fantastic, fantastic. Round of applause, round of applause, round of applause.
An emotional Kruzich, who's worked overseas for over 30 years, says he's ready to go to his dream home in Florida.
We could have done more, but I have been in working for a very long time, and there comes a point in your career when you need to go home and also spend some of the last years of their life with your parents and others, and so that's what I'm going to do, and I have a really nice setup in Florida.
To end his foreign service, Mr. Kruzich says he'll first embark on a 40-day journey across Africa, one he refers to as a Moses tour, before finally heading to Florida.
That's the program today. Thank you for watching. I'm Joke Rogers.